good, y'all? Man, we back with another video, man. How y'all doing? Feel doing great today. Today we got disturbing things caught at Subway restaurants. Y'all know how Subway get now. They've been in the game for a long time. Finna just see what happened when we go down at Subway. I thought Subway was like a cool little chill little sub sandwich or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We finna get into it, man. See what happened. So they said Subway get down, man. We finna see. You know what I'm saying? We finna see. My shit.
People visit Subway to satiate their needs.
But you hop over that
also,
gate,
like any
boy.
other food service establishment, people go to Subway and misbehave. We have some of the worst, most terrifying, death-defying, disturbing things that have been caught on camera. The worst thing you'll have to deal with on your shift at a Subway is a Karen on most days, but these workers were put to the test. Make sure you watch to the end to see what we mean.
That's why I'm never working at no fast food establishment. Never. You would never see me.
Going to work should be the most routine thing about your day.
They just hopped over there and be like,
Subway employee, that couldn't have been further from the truth. From what seems
robbing
like
at Subway is crazy.
These robbers come running in hot. One of them comes running in, immediately jumping and clearing the counter in just a few steps, as his second person comes in much slower behind him. He takes his time, picking things up from the floor. One of the hostages throws his phone and belongings onto the ground, complying quickly. He then turns his gun to the people behind the counter.
That's on crazy. Imagine you trying to get a sub sandwich. Next thing you know, Subway getting robbed. You wouldn't be like, dang, I can even get a sub sandwich. Jump crazy, boy.
Their whole system feels smooth, like they've definitely done it before. The one who jumped across the counter climbs back, sliding over the glass, and once they've gotten all the money they can, the group leaves.
I don't know how he knows. Ripping the tape off.
That dog tearing that junk up, boy.
Miami Beach holdup.
Anyways.
You don't go to the Sunshine State expecting to witness a robbery, and yet it happens in Florida just like anywhere else. The woman at the counter pays for her food without issue before a second man comes up, waving a gun in the cashier's face. The woman
so she didn't even know what was going on.
Which is the best thing that can be done. He's practically climbing over the counter as the cashier complies with his requests.
Oh, what's up with people robbing Subway?
Out of the drawer,
like, they must got cash or something.
The thief is threatening him, making sure he's given him everything. The cashier explains that he's just working, but the thief doesn't seem to want to listen. Eventually, the cashier returns and uses the store phone to call the police. This has not been his day, and if I were him, it would likely be my last day at a place like this.
Yeah, I'm going after that, bro.
Over the counter. When you're enjoying your lunch, the last thing you want to see is your server battling insects.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go here today. I'll go somewhere else.
While doing his job, this server created the least pleasant dining experience. He likely had no idea he was being filmed, but the video went ultra viral online because no one wanted to see that. Using a handheld bug zapping device, the server.
Oh, so you got bugs on it? Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty.
Made an inspection, and we have given recommendation at the facility to get professional termination service.
Admittedly, this is
nasty.
Fly zappers of this kind, however, are not. Most food service places tend to have some.
It must be some big flies. He got the whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
Tennis racket.
Subway Inferno.
Crazy.
We've seen a few bad days, but this is on another level. Imagine getting off for lunch, pulling up to your neighborhood Subway, only to be greeted by an inferno. This clip is particularly insane.
Yeah, burn it down.
How far progressed the fire had seemed to go before authorities made their way out to tame it. The flames had more than engulfed the location several times over. As you watch the clip, it starts falling apart, crumbling as the structural damage gets too much to handle.
So like, how did it even happen like that? Like, what happened?
Sounds of sirens.
I wish they like went in that devil like, what happened? Dang, man.
Run-in robbery. Going about.
What's up with these people robbing Subway, man?
In the bright daylight,
Subway must got that bread, boy.
Just as soon as it
nah, literally, like, not even like,
jumps over the counter and empties the register within seconds. He points his gun at the team before climbing over the counter, taking the workers' belongings and forcing them out of his way. Once they open
imagine you working at Subway getting robbed, bro. No way.
Just as quickly as he goes in, he leaves, hopping back over the counter and out of the location. His face was mostly covered, meaning there wouldn't have been enough time, even if they could identify him.
He look old too.
Crash visit
like
at the local
Subway. Like his early 30s or something.
Work is always eventful. No matter what food establishment you work at, there'll always be something. Based on the beginning of this clip, it seems like a regular run-of-the-mill shift at the local subway. A few of the workers are making their way out. The clip cuts outside and we see it looks normal there too. Until, of course, one of the cars takes a sharp
Dang!
left. The car makes its way nearly
That
entirely
bit would
to the
have
side
run through
as the crowd
everybody's
masses
car.
around the crash site.
What the
manager
world?
comes running, swerving through the group to help the person in the vehicle. This was not his day, but at least he acted quickly. What do you think?
So what happened? Like,
Bonnie and Clyde at the subway.
I don't know, man. They're not even elaborating on it. They're not even elaborating on it.
Into an establishment to clear out the register. That's at least what this couple realized, and quickly realized how much crime would pay them. This pair of burglars broke into their local Oklahoma City subway and crouched over, avoiding detection as they cleared the register. It seems though that one robbery just wasn't enough. A few hours later, the couple returns as they did before, double tapping the location. However, their second stop is pulling the safe out of the restaurant, inadvertently.
Are they trying to get in that
evidence
safe?
The police might have needed. They catch their faces on camera, especially the woman who looks directly at the camera. This subway will at least be able to get some justice.
You know,
Trash bread at the subway. You trust
ain't
their
no people be robbing Subway like that though.
This place,
That's
however,
crazy.
seems to want to prove otherwise.
Robbing Subway
The
is
subway
crazy.
manager is caught on camera rummaging through the trash to pull out a loaf of bread.
You can rob
The
any other
concerned
store.
employee captured the horrifying, disgusting
Oh,
moment on
so-
camera, and the manager can be heard saying that they're short on bread. It's loaded onto the cart and brought to the floor to be sold as if it's brand new and totally not gone wrong. The footage was shown to the local
Ugh.
council, who sent an environmental health officer
That's
to inspect
nasty.
the location. Of course, as you can probably guess, the manager was interviewed and the inspection revealed several food hygiene issues across the board. You just never
Dang,
know
he
what you're
jiggling. He
getting
went rolling that bit out too, like he finna serve that bit.
Worms in a
Oh
sandwich.
no, worms.
Sometimes
nah,
your food's a
bro.
little
Oh,
more
no.
alive than you want.
There's 3
Worms?
freaking worms in there, man.
These concerned patrons make their displeasure known in the best
Worms?
way possible.
I apologize, sir. I really do apologize. This isn't my store.
This clip catches the moment they realize the sandwich
Apologize.
they've clearly just finished was
I
infested
need refund. I
with
need
worms.
more
The
than that.
manager
I
in
need,
turn
you know what I'm
told them
saying?
not to cause a scene.
If you keep
Hey,
making a scene, I'm gonna make you leave without
I'll
it.
call the.
But just think about it though. It probably could have been way more than 3 worms. The other one might be in his stomach already. Cause it looked like he done took the sandwich down just quite a bit. You know? Hey, I'm just saying.
Call
Just
us and
saying.
tell them what kind of food you guys are serving.
At the end of the day, a food service employee at any level will probably not care. No matter how gross it is, not everyone will react exactly the same way.
It's all nasty,
Subway
bro.
rat infestation.
Rat. Man, you go for
This doesn't
worms the
mean it might not
rats.
be something else if
Ugh.
it's not worms.
Go for worms the
After hours
rats.
At this subway, concerned passerby caught the moment where a rat scurried across the floor. That might have been
They be say
dismissed
open.
because the person can
Do
hear
not
something.
go in that
Things get
motherfucker.
worse. It's unclear if it's just the two, if there might be other rats within the establishment. This place is filthy or has some sort of holes that the rats are going through. Either way, it's best to say you might not want to grab any size
Oh, it's
sandwich
2 of them
half a
motherfuckers.
foot long from this subway located in downtown
Oh,
Boston.
John.
The
So
sandwich
if
is
it's 2,
like
you know it's 3, 4, 5,
It's hardly the real
6.
cost now, is it?
No, it's more than
Mingles
just
a
2.
register.
Man.
This thief makes their way into the clearly closed subway and doesn't seem very certain about it.
Like,
Constantly
I'm not understanding. Like, what's everybody robbing Subway? Like, do Subway just got the? They're on the top of the list. They have the most money in their register or something. Like, I'm so confused.
looking over their
Like,
shoulder, the helmeted criminals
Subway out of all the
roll out
places.
at the register.
Subway, like,
At
what?
most, we're looking at about a $200
I
to
don't know.
$300 haul, but it seems worth it for this petty thief. They use a screwdriver to pry the register open, breaking the mechanisms as much as possible, all while never entirely trusting that they aren't being watched. Their movements become frantic as they can't pry the
He
drawer
got a
open
heist. He got a
without
heist
significant effort.
helmet
It's good to
on.
note that this takes place at around 4 a.m., meaning every little noise would seem extremely loud. They pry it out after a few minutes, yanking out the entire box to get better leverage on the drawer to pull it open. Time is ticking and every second counts. Eventually, the thief takes the whole thing, disconnecting it from the machinery and lugging it out the door. Imagine being the opening shift after this happens. The shift probably wouldn't even happen at that point, though, I suppose. No business if there's no register.
No
Are
cap.
you interested in the specific
Sorry, we're not
gun laws
accepting
for your
cash.
state? If not, no worries. Simply
They not accepting. They probably could do card, but they can't do cash.
Subway screaming match.
Screaming match.
It's not just thieves and vermins that can plague your subway. Sometimes, it's the patrons. This older man went in for a pack of cookies from his local subway, only to come in hot over the price. The advertised price says $5 for a pack of 12 cookies. That price actually comes out to $5.50 plus 45 cents tax. When the cashier tries to explain that, the old man repeatedly gets upset, pointing at the sign and saying that the price is wrong. Truthfully, the advertised
You can't
price
control
is
tax,
wrong,
bro.
but it's a 50-cent difference. The manager tries to mitigate the disturbance, but he's already heated. The old man starts yelling and the cashier eventually offers a refund.
Sir, I can't change the price. You're not. The $5 is on your sign. That's the price of the cookie.
The old man agrees, but claims they're lying to the customers. Should the sign
You don't
have said
understand
$5.50?
tax. You about 70 something, bro.
But you
Like,
won't
what
just
the-
get your way if you throw a fit.
I don't get paid enough to get screamed at like that.
At least, like in this situation, you shouldn't. Employee versus
not crazy,
employee
man.
freak out.
It's not crazy.
And sometimes the insanity comes from inside. This Subway employee seems to be on his last straw, screaming at one of his coworkers.
Oh, he done had enough.
She threatens to pay him for it.
He done had
Eventually,
enough.
She says she's out, so he tells her to clock out, meaning he's probably the one in charge, which makes this so much worse.
If you mess up my phone,
I'm not going to mess up your phone. You can stop recording me because you do not have my permission to record me, and I will sue you for it.
He's threatening to sue her for recording, and she's only recording to keep herself safe. As it turns out, he's upset because she
folks.
spends so much time in the bathroom due to the disability of being pregnant.
that's because I'm pregnant,
A
mister.
pregnancy is not an excuse.
He says she shouldn't be working if it's
What?
that bad. He continues to
You
scream.
literally
at her,
gotta take
and
care of
after the
two
woman
people,
checks
bro.
out,
What you mean?
he calls the manager explaining what's going on, and she continues to follow him for some reason despite being clocked out. He resumes his work, helping customers even as she walks around and continues screaming at him.
I'm about to put all this crap
Go
on
ahead, put it on
Facebook.
Facebook, and I swear to God,
I'm about to
I will
put it
have
on-
your
I'm
ass in jail.
He was definitely in the wrong for yelling at her, but she didn't need to stand around and poke at
Like,
her.
there's no reason to raise your voice
Is
when
it
you're
one of
arguing
their
with a
faults,
woman, bro.
or are they
There's
both
no
in the
reason
wrong?
at all.
Before the last clip, since you watched until this point,
Like, if you raise your voice with a woman, she got control over you. Just stay calm. I swear, you ain't gotta worry about none
We
of
upload
this.
2 new creepy, disturbing, and downright scary videos every week, so stay up to date with our latest releases by getting those post notifications. If you enjoyed this one, we have plenty more for you on the channel, so you won't want to miss a single one. Subway robbery subdued. Now, on the topic of things that will definitely kill your appetite, a gun might do it. The Subway restaurant operates business as usual, serving its customers one after the other. It's a typical day in Oklahoma City. However, the man in the green shirt makes his way down to the counter, hopping over and approaching the young-looking workers. They quickly descend to the ground as the man is armed and presumably
I mean, got a
dangerous.
construction hat on,
It's
ain't
the
it?
best course of action for anyone working in food or retail because no job is worth laying down your life for. Not for probably about $10 or $11 an hour.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with these folks robbing Subway, y'all. If Subway just got bread or something. But hey, man, if you want to work at Subway, man, you go right ahead. You just seen what happened, though. You got to be ready for that jump, though, man. You seen what just happened. But I hope y'all like the video, man. Don't work at Subway. Find something better to do with your life. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Subway, Subway, Subway.